All right. Hello, everybody. KVU Chief Meteorologist Hunter Williams here with our nightly update on the forecast. Thank you for joining us on KVU Plus and YouTube Live and all of our streaming platforms. I've got some pretty big changes in the forecast to talk about. Obviously, we've had some really cold mornings the past couple of days. This morning, we had another hard freeze for parts of the hill country, but we are going way warmer over the weekend. And also wetter. We return to at least some small rain chances both Saturday and Sunday. And then next week, I see more of an active weather pattern. I've got several opportunities for what could be pretty widespread rain in our forecast. So yes, we are tracking some changes. And with that, we will get into things. Here's a live view outside from our Zach Theater camera. Looking out over downtown Austin, you can already see the changes coming in. Remember, it was a blue sky this morning and early today, and now all of this cloud cover is streaming into central Texas. That's going to continue tonight and through the day tomorrow. So the main three things that we're going to talk about through our stream tonight: highs are back in the 70s this weekend. I think Sunday could even be close to 80. And while our afternoons go warmer, so do our mornings. They're going to be way up in the 50s, so like a 30-degree warm up. Pretty amazing. Multiple storm systems in our forecast next week, so rain chances start this weekend, then get busier as we go through next week, and then I'm tracking a potential cool down by the end of next week. So we'll get into some of these extended models and try and iron out that part of our forecast, but I'll tell you there are some discrepancies in the models for the middle and end of next week. We'll get to that coming up. All right, before that, let's backtrack. This morning, really cold. We were thinking that many areas would actually be warmer this morning than what we had the night prior, but with a clear sky and a light wind, some areas were actually even colder. The airport, 26 degrees this morning. It was the first freeze of the season for the Austin airport. Austin in town, Camp Mabry, 34 degrees, so it was not a freeze, but it was the coldest morning so far this season. Another freeze, Taylor, Georgetown, and then Llano, man, just downright freezing cold this morning. 23 was the temperature this morning in Llano. Okay, so right now, temperatures have warmed up into the 60s, right? Our highs were in the mid to upper 60s today. We're sitting at 63 right now for both Camp Mabry and for the airport. And as opposed to last night where temperatures were plummeting, we're just going to hover low 60s, mid upper 50s through tonight. I just don't see a big temperature drop tonight. So 63 in Pflugerville, 60 in Round Rock right now, Cedar Park and Leander, 61 degrees. Even as you go out into the hill country, I mean, it's upper 50s right now, but it is a far cry from the numbers that we had at this time yesterday. Satellite and radar, things starting to change. Again, here's our storm system. Not a ton of rain. Looks like a little bit of sprinkle activity down along the border close to Del Rio and back into West Texas. Before we get into any, real rain chances, cloud cover is going to be the first thing you notice. That's mainly the deal tomorrow. And then Saturday is going to kick off some better rain chances. It was pretty breezy earlier today, but this time, instead of a brisk north or northeast wind, it's a southeast wind. You know what that means? Bringing up this air off the Gulf of Mexico, so warmer, more humid stuff is filtering into central Texas. 24-hour temperature change. Again, obviously it's going to be much warmer tonight. It's a 15-degree difference in Giddings and LaGrange at 18. Austin about 9 to 10 degrees warmer. I think this map is going to be just crazy tomorrow with, again, a 25 to 30 degree warming trend in our overnight lows. So here it is tomorrow morning, 7 a.m. No 20s and 30s. It is 50s. 56 degrees tomorrow morning in Austin. It will be mostly cloudy to start the day tomorrow. I have a very small, like a 10% rain chance in our forecast tomorrow. Could there be a little bit of drizzle in the morning or passing light shower as we go through the day? It's possible, but I think generally it's a gray sky, but a dry sky tomorrow. High temperatures, upper 60s, low 70s tomorrow. Let's keep going into Saturday. So Friday evening, Friday night, we start to get kind of more and more damp as we build in some of that humidity. Then here's about 6 a.m. Saturday morning, kicking off the weekend. This is looking pretty damp to me. We're going to have these light streamer showers, patchy areas of drizzle. I see some reduced visibility for Saturday morning, some patchy areas of fog and mist. You know the deal. It's kind of one of those swampy starts to the day. Then as we go into the mid to late morning, still there's some wet weather around 11 o'clock into lunchtime. But as we go into the second half of the day, I do think the second half of the day is going to be drier. So look, there's going to be a lot of dry time this weekend if you have plans to get outside or whatever you're doing. Here's 3:30 into 4 o'clock. You can see these peaks of sunshine, highs mid to upper 70s, just a few of these kind of isolated showers, maybe a downpour for the afternoon into the evening on Saturday. Our low temperatures, as we mentioned, going way warmer. 56 degrees tomorrow morning in Austin. Normal is 44, so we've been way below normal. Now we're going up way above. 64 for Saturday. Sunday, 65 degrees. Monday, 65. Again, the morning lows, this is like where our afternoons have been. And then Tuesday will drop back down into the 50s with a weak front coming in early next week. High temperatures, meanwhile, also going way up, 69 degrees tomorrow. And then it's going to be several days in the 70s, even mid to upper 70s. I think our warmest day is going to be Sunday. Over the weekend, I have 78 in the forecast. There could be some areas all of a sudden that are hitting 80 degrees over the weekend. Again, in terms of, rain chances, temperatures all put together, 30% for Saturday, and then Sunday, a 20%. So look, are some of you going to see rain over the weekend? Yes, it's just not going to be constant rain. And there's going to be some of you that go the whole weekend, don't see a single drop of rain other than some drizzle and kind of damp stuff in the morning on Saturday. But as we go to next week, things kind of keep churning a little bit. We get back into some more rain chances. So after these kind of small numbers over the weekend, Monday, this is our first kind of stronger system. I've got a 50% chance for rain in the forecast, and I might need to bump that up. That system moves through. It's going to temporarily be drier Tuesday of next week. And then a second system, this one looks even stronger, comes in on Wednesday. And again, I'm being kind of conservative with these rain chances just because there's some timing differences and some stuff we're trying to figure out in the models. That's why I'm keeping it kind of conservative for now. I think, some of these days could end up being an even higher than 50% rain chance. So let's explain that with our extended models. This is our European model. So 7 a.m. Sunday, 20% chance for rain, not a big deal. We go into Monday. Okay, so here's our first kind of the stronger systems. We've got a pretty good rain and storm chance, especially for the afternoon and the evening on Monday. This is going to be a front, a Pacific front, so there's not a bunch of cold air behind it. So we're still going to be pretty mild and may even have a few showers back on Tuesday. But notice how quickly we return to a southeast wind. These strong fronts, they move through and we stay with the north wind for several days, and that keeps us cooler, obviously. We pretty much immediately go back to a southeast wind for Tuesday into Wednesday as this second system moves through. And look at this one. This one looks even stronger. So Wednesday, we've got widespread rain and again, maybe some storms in our forecast. And this is where the models really start to differ. Okay, how much rain is it Wednesday? And then this particular model run brings that system through that actually has a bigger upper level storm back over West Texas, and that comes in on Friday. So in this case, that would bring even more rain. Then that would clear out and we'd go into a drier, Friday night, Saturday forecast, but it would be pretty chilly behind this system. So again, this is kind of theoretical, right? I'm not saying we've locked in that part of the forecast, but just trying to give you an idea. Obviously, we have the big college football playoff game, Texas hosting Clemson Saturday next weekend. The jury is still out on what exactly that forecast is going to look like. But if this model is right, it could be pretty chilly as we go into next weekend. Okay, what about a rainfall comparison? Again, this is why I'm saying, all right, there's some stuff we need to iron out for next week. I do have rain in the forecast, but how much rain, we've got to figure that part out. GFS American model, it is more conservative. It's got, say, a ½ inch to an inch of rain for many spots. The European model, which is the one that I just showed you, way more aggressive. It has got 2 to 4 inches of rain for many areas along and east of I-35, and then even back into the hill country, it's got an inch plus of rain for some spots. Again, this would be fantastic. We know we need the rain. We actually got a drought monitor update today. The reason I'm not showing it in the stream is because basically none of it changed. There's still extreme drought that goes into much of the Austin area and the I-35 corridor. So I showed you the model comparison. This is, kind of our forecast, a good starting point for rainfall over the next 7 days. I'm thinking about a ½ inch to an inch and a half along and east of I-35. Again, with a lot of this coming next week. And then lower totals, a ¼ of an inch to a ½ inch across the hill country. I could see these trending higher. Again, there's some stuff we got to work out, but we're more and more confident that the weather pattern is going to be much more active next week. It's kind of the details, the timing, exactly how much rain. That's the type of stuff that we'll kind of fine tune. And of course, we will keep you posted here on KVU Plus. That is the beauty of streaming here on KVU Plus and YouTube. We've got as much time as we would like. So we like to use this as an opportunity to do more of like a deep dive into the models, do a little bit more of the nitty gritty. So we appreciate everybody who's been tuning in and watching these streams with us. We will continue to do them every night at about 7 o'clock. I actually scooted it up tonight. You guys want to know why? The KVU holiday party is tonight. And if you guys haven't seen Brian Mays on the dance floor, it's amazing. So I can't miss that. So after this, I'll be heading out to the holiday party. Then we'll have our full newscast at 10. All right, allergy count today. Cedar's medium, 52 grains per cubic meter. Comparable to yesterday, just a smidgen higher. Still not in the high count, though. And then mold is high. Tonight, much milder, like 30 degrees milder is probably not even the right way to say that. Drastically warmer, like 30 degrees warmer. 56 is what we have in the forecast. Mostly cloudy tonight, just 10% chance for some drizzle or showers. Tomorrow, I have 69 in the forecast for the afternoon high, mostly cloudy, 10% rain chance through the day. 7-day forecast. We'll kind of spend some time with this, again, with a few different systems coming in next week. So first up tomorrow, mostly cloudy. I think tomorrow's mainly dry. Could there be a little bit of drizzle? Sure, 10%. High of 69. The morning is in the 50s to start the day, so no, freezing issues in the morning. Saturday, 30% chance for mainly showers. Again, I think the morning on Saturday is going to be very damp. I think we'll have some fog, some mist, some drizzle, stuff like that. Then clouds should break up to give at least some peaks of sunshine for the afternoon on Saturday. And the second half of the day especially should have a lot of dry time. 30% rain chance overall. High of 77 in the mornings, very mild in the 60s. Sunday, 20% rain chance. So I think Sunday looks even drier. 78 for the afternoon high. Monday, early next week, that is when our first of these kind of stronger systems comes in. I have a 50% chance for rain in the forecast. We are still not within range of our high-res models just yet, so I could see this 50% going up a little bit higher, just depending on how things unfold. But I think a pretty good bet at seeing some rain on Monday, 77. That system moves through, and as we talked about, that's more of a weak kind of glancing blow, and it's more so Pacific air rather than Canadian or Arctic air behind that front. So that will just drop us down to the low 70s on Tuesday. Still could be some rain and storms around on Tuesday, but it looks drier at 20%. And then as we go to the middle of next week on Wednesday, that secondary stronger system moves in. So that gives us another pretty good opportunity for rain on Wednesday as things look right now. I've got 69 in the forecast for Wednesday, and then this one looks like it has a little bit more cold air kind of bottled up behind it. It remains to be seen. Okay, is it just Thursday that's cool, or do we stay really chilly into the weekend? We've got to iron that out, but I do think Thursday's going to go down in the cooler direction, 40 in the morning, some 30s outside of Austin, 59 degrees for the afternoon high, a 20% chance for a few showers. So that is what we were tracking over the next 7 days. So that's kind of the high points that I wanted to track for you today. Again, we appreciate everybody joining us for our KVU Plus streams. We're trying to do this more and more. And this is something that I'm really, excited about. I love doing the weather on TV, obviously, but there's only so much time that we have in the newscast. There's other stuff, the sports, the stuff that we got to cover. So a lot of the times I've got, like 3 minutes to do the weather. And sometimes I want to talk about the weather for a lot longer. So this is a good opportunity for us to be able to do that and also kind of get into some of the nitty gritty, some of the models, the stuff that we, normally don't show every day on TV, so that folks like you who are maybe more into the weather enthusiasts, can get the most up-to-date data. So that is kind of our vision with this. But I think that's going to do it for tonight. Again, just the high points for you. Way warmer over the weekend. Mornings in the 50s and 60s. Afternoons going back to the 70s, maybe even 80s. We get some rain chances back starting Saturday. And then next week, I see multiple opportunities for rain in our forecast. So with that, I'll say goodbye, and I'm going to go to the KVU holiday party. If you still want some more weather after this, our full newscast is coming up at 10 o'clock right here on KVU. We really appreciate it. If not, we'll see you back here on KVU Plus tomorrow right around 7 o'clock.